Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable's After Dark show. I'm Vanessa Collins, joined by Ted Ings, Katrina Ness, Stephen Hackbarth, Emma Ladd, and our two very special guests and familiar faces of the Roundtable. We have Shon and Kathy Kingrey. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Shon and Kathy, it's so good to see you guys again. It's been a minute. You guys both have a lot of updates on your lives and what's going on with you two. So we're excited to have you on tonight. But what's new? It's good to have you guys back on the After Dark show. I know Vanessa and I have missed you guys.
Well, thank you for having us. Sorry we missed you guys at NADA this year, obviously. First year in like 4 or 5 years, haven't been to NADA. So obviously, as everybody knows by social media by now, Kathy has posted, we made a move at the end of February. Kathy joined me in the first weekend of March. We have moved to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We made a change. I left the Kaiser Group, left on good terms. Again, never burned a bridge in 31 years, but didn't burn a bridge. Still have good communication with them. Left some good friends behind, but we're still in communication with them. And here we are in sunny, warm now, Tennessee.
That's amazing. What a move from Wisconsin to Tennessee. I mean, I feel like if I were to move anywhere else, it'd be Tennessee. It's so beautiful there. So how are you enjoying your new state?
We love it. We've got to enjoy downtown a couple of weekends. Like I said, a couple of weekends in a row. Last weekend, I took Kathy to her first professional hockey game. Which was a good, pretty. Well, she said, Green Bay Packers are here and hockey was here. And I said, okay, keep that separation like this. and Larry Sherman, I already know Larry's online, so Larry can keep his comments to himself. Yeah. So
Larry and I are wondering if you're now going to be a Tennessee Titans fan, Shon.
For the record, Mr. Ings asked me that question like a week and a half ago, and there was a long dead space in between. I answered the question. That's a hard no, just so it's clear.
He's loyal.
I didn't say other words on there, but we're live and Ted can't edit it. But no, I think Kathy will become a Predators fan here pretty quick. She definitely enjoyed the hockey. So
I love that. And hockey is amazing.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It reminds her how she abuses her husband at home. Anyway, but then this last weekend, Miss Kathy took me to a bourbon tasting, which was my first. I had never been to one, and that was pretty cool. And then we went down and got to enjoy Broadway downtown, Nashville for the first time. So for those that have never been, a good friend of mine back in Madison talked a lot about it, and it is everything they say. It's like the old New Orleans, packed. Bars everywhere. I mean, we're not drinkers for those that haven't been, but if you want people and you want to see it, you can see it all.
Yeah, and the music, you have all choices of music down there. It was amazing. There was a lot of people there, but again, the hockey game there was also a hockey game this Saturday as well. So it was kind of packed out down there, but it was fun. Very fun.
Nashville, a lot of people in the chat tonight, by the way, and I want to just call out, if I may, real quick, Vanessa.
Yes.
Just Larry Sherman's comment. Vanessa and Katrina, we're all good friends with Larry, Kathy, and Shon. But we will welcome you to the Niner Empire. I'm wondering, will that be in the near future? Are you going to make any trips out that way? And we have a pop-up coming at Larry's store here in a few months.
If the Packers are playing, I'm coming. Well, yeah. I mean, yes, Nashville. Jeff is right. Again, Jeff's a good friend of ours. Obviously, we love Jeff. Nash Vegas is a good way to put it. That's actually a really correct term. That's what it is. Nash Vegas.
Mm-hmm. It's like a mix between Nashville, Vegas, and New Orleans, like Bourbon Street. It's so fun.
Yeah, the old bourbon. Like we were there at NADA last year. And I know it was the ice storm and the snow, but a lot of the places are boarded up and closed. It's much different. And Nashville doesn't have that problem. I will tell you.
Well, they got to host an NADA, Shon. That's next, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. And then I know awesome. I see Nick. I see Nick's online. I'll give a shout out to Nick and Michelle. Obviously, we still talk to them on a regular basis. We know Nick's still in the fight, so haven't forgot about Nick for sure.
All right, Nick, welcome.
Yeah, it's their family. We definitely love them every time we talk to them. So very good friends of ours. So
we love Nick Janaki. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, it's great that you love your new city. So how's your new position going? Is everything going smoothly? Like, are you loving what you do?
Loving what I do is a good yes. I would say, listen, today was, I think, day 27 officially. It's not that we're counting, Good news is we broke the all-time record last Thursday already. So we're already there. That's the positive news. Haven't made any personnel changes. Haven't had to, which is positive.
That is awesome.
Only room
That's
to grow.
incredible.
Yeah, only room to grow. Just trying to show them the process way to do it. Somebody who's become close to me, I'm working well with them. My number 2 was a variable guy that they threw in the position, and he just didn't know fixed, for lack of better words. And yes, there's a lot of similarities, but if you don't know what you don't know, and he's learning, and we're doing it together, and it's going well. I mean, I got to say it's probably going better today. There's been some nights I've come home and been a little less than probably friendly. But it's going well, very, very well.
Amazing. And that's truly a testament to you and your experience in fixed operations and how important it is to have the right people in the right positions, because within 1 month of being there, you've already broken a record. So congratulations, Shon.
Right.
That is so exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, and that was actually a record from March of 23 during COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of the COVID months.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That says even more too.
Yeah.
How awesome you are.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What were some of the first things when you got there that you're like, okay, let's do these action items in order to break records and get off to a great start?
Yeah.
Good question, Stephen. Thank you. I'm going to go back. I'm going to relate this back to my previous, inspections, walk-arounds. I mean, back to the basics. Calling people back. Let's start there. Just the basic stuff that was not getting done. The advantage is this: it's a monster facility. I understand it's not Beaux-Arts, but it's 37 bays. It's beautiful store. I won't mention the name, but there might be a car business out there that has a big thing, like a tower full of cars, hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of those at the store, by the way.
Really?
Right off the interstate. It's a monster deal. It's beautiful. Whatever you're thinking, multiply it times 10. It's that gorgeous of a store.
Wow.
Tully's in the chat, by the way. Got to acknowledge Tully just coming in
hi,
from the
Tully.
West Coast. Yep.
Yes.
On the West Coast.
And Joe Clemente's in there. Joe and I have
Yes.
actually been talking lately as well. But anyway, Stephen, to answer your question, just process the basics. I mean, back to the basics. And again, we only grow from here. They have an in-house BDC that's very effective. Got a great BDC manager. Again, only room to grow. The sense of urgency, I think, would be another answer for you, Stephen. There wasn't one, and I'm not being negative. They just didn't know what they didn't know.
Yeah.
And to go into month 1, because if the store's breaking records, then everybody's making money. And the old cliche in the car business is gross fixes everything.
Yeah.
Gross fixes everything, guys. Money makes mama happy. Mama's happy. Everybody's happy.
I love it.
I love
and
it.
truly, you learn different things throughout your experiences in the automotive industry. Obviously, Shon, you made such a large impact up at Kaiser, and you're able to now bring that down to Tennessee in your new role and your new position. So that's fantastic. Are there any vendors or companies that you've worked with at Kaiser that you're excited to kind of introduce or onboard possibly in this new role, along with these new efficiencies?
Well, yeah.
Is Marco heading that way anytime soon? Just
Yeah. So there might be a Nilo was there. There might be some vendors that have paid me visits. We're already using some of them. By the way. My Karma's there. Yes. To answer your question, I'll be careful what I say. We are a very large BG store, for the record. Where I struggled to be honest, in Wisconsin a lot. I don't struggle with that here. I have an amazing BG rep here. And I'm not saying that because I'm on air. Ted, I've already shared that with Ted many, many times. I know what good reps look like, and I know what bad or poor reps look like. I've got a strong one, and a very, very strong one. Probably talk to him 6 or 7 times a day. We're changing the pay structure on Wednesday, and I'm going to even double that for 3 days to kick it off. I mean, again, it's good to have good partners.
Yeah.
So crucial.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dive into that more. Talk to us about the importance of having good vendor partners, being at one store, now moving to another, like I said previously, but experiencing both sides of it. What do you think truly makes a good vendor partner?
Well, so when I got here, we use a lot of vendors that are on the Roundtable already, by the way. Yeah. Maureen Martin happens to be one of our vendors. And because the person that was there, again, who's still there, didn't know fixed. He didn't know how to use that. He didn't know the advantage to that. And I reached out to Maureen, and I got a phone call that way, and we're already implementing that. There was some X-time solutions that weren't set up correctly because they just didn't know. Fixing those, fixing the schedule. Back to Steven's original question, you got to fix the schedule. I mean, if the schedule's not right, you can't load the shop right. You don't know how it works. So to answer your question, all of them. Boy,
Shon, it's an exciting time to be in our industry because things that we had done on a manual basis for so long and for so many years, now we have ways to automate that, use things like AI and technology that we didn't have, even a year or two ago, let alone 5.
Right.
It's an amazing time. So it's really time for dealers to shine. Okay.
It is. And obviously I'm referring to Dynatron, by the way. Obviously, they're a big Dynatron partner and they weren't utilizing any part of it. I'm not picking, they just didn't know what they didn't know. I mean, quite frankly, as Ted knows, they were talking about canceling Dynatron because they didn't know what was running in the background. So yeah. Hello, Sarah. And by the way, hello, Casey on there.
I've seen Casey on there.
Casey and Leslie, good, they're very good friends of ours. They actually took our hot tub when we left, by the way. Yeah, they did.
They need it right now.
Yeah, they need it. Amen to that, right?
Yeah.
And Robert Miggs is here. Look at this. Wow,
Miggs.
Robert in the house.
So I got to tell you guys something about Miggs and I. Miggs and I hypothetically at like 4 a.m. might send each other some emojis that we won't share online. That's like, if anybody knows, there might be some part of it that we share motivation emojis to each other that have some verbiage that Ted would definitely want to edit on an event. I will promise.
I'm wondering if you're headed to the gym early because I know Miggs is out playing basketball early on the weekday morning.
No, Kathy and I do go to the gym.
He's a hooper.
No, we do go to the gym. We don't go at 4 a.m. though. No, we go in the evening. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
What a power duo. Going to the gym together. I love it.
I love that. So now that you're kind of right now building your foundation, what are some goals that you're kind of looking forward to in the future as you like progress in your role right now?
Techs, first of all, the good news is this: the best thing about that store, I think I said it day one when I came home, we have an amazing shop. And the worst thing to fix is a cancer in a shop. I've always said that. Service drives, you can teach people how to sell. If they want to sell, they can sell. We have an amazing shop. I actually have 2 shop foremen, one on each side, and they're completely bipolar different from each other, but they work together. They're in my office nonstop. We have a headhunter we're using and interviewing techs. I'm not interviewing the techs. They're interviewing the techs. I'm just bringing them to them. Kathy and I will meet the tech and their wives on the weekends and entertain them. And then I bring the tech back in to meet with my shop foremen. And it's all about culture. And again, I'm going to pick on Larry here. The coach of the Packers says, I'd rather hire a B player with good locker room etiquette that fits in. That's where we're at because I can't break the shop. That's the key to making this work because we're not turning the hours. The techs are turning the hours, and they're drinking the Kool-Aid, for lack of better words, and that's worked out really, really well.
Yes, that's amazing. It's all about the relationships for sure.
It is,
and it's all about the hours too. I've heard, right, Shon?
Yeah, it is all about the hours, and that's one thing I'll say about AMSI. For those who don't know, I'm in a Terry Taylor store. They're all about the hours. It's gross and hours. That's because they get it. I mean, that's the difference. They just get it. You talk hours, that's the lingo. That's all they know. How many hours you sell today? How many hours you at for the month?
So Katrina and Vanessa, Shon called me today and he had a question about the glasses from True Video that you guys tried on at NADA.
Oh yeah.
And was asking me about those glasses and how close they were to reality and how far away they are. What was your impression of them, Vanessa and Katrina? Because I met with Joe Shaker today. We talked with Tully about a couple of the things he's working on, that video quality score. But the glasses have been a real big thing in the industry. And, Katrina, this is something that the technicians will wear, at some time in the near future. And what was your experience with them? I'm curious for both Katrina and Vanessa.
The glasses were amazing. We went over to the True Video booth on our last day at NADA, and I put them on after a long day. So I'm drained at this point, and I put them on. Vanessa and I have them on, and we get put into like the demo mode. And as soon as I start like doing the demo and messing around with them, my mind is blown. The virtual reality of it is so cool. I wish that they had some sort of like preview video that you could just like see and pull up on a screen, but you really have to wear them and be there to like experience it. I don't know how to explain it, but anything you do with your hands, it takes note of. And it's like, I don't know, Vanessa, it was the most insane thing ever. And being drained at the end of NADA, that was just like the perfect
At the end of
end
the day,
to it.
yes.
It was fantastic. I'm so happy that we were able to go over and see Joe Shaker in True Video and get a demo. And I still talk about it to this day in my class and with my mom and on the Roundtable. It's a fantastic product.
By the way, Joe Shaker is coming to the Nilo pop-up on June 10th in Sacramento. He'll be there.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, that's so
I understand he's bringing those glasses with him too, Sean. So
Weird.
exciting.
yeah, about that. Yeah.
More people need to try those.
Vanessa, what was your experience with the glasses? What were your thoughts?
Well, whenever I was younger and I would think about like futuristic technology, I would always imagine glasses that you can kind of play with, kind of like an iPad, but with your hands. And that's exactly what it was. I just didn't expect my first time to try it being at NADA. But it really just shows how innovative the automotive industry is and how innovative the people that, we surround ourselves by are, like Joe Shaker. And I mean, the glasses, they were pretty intuitive and easy to use, user friendly. And they were super cool. And I think that it'll definitely be a time saver for technicians. And it will probably motivate them to do the actual videos, because that's the first step, is actually recording the video and making sure that each customer gets a multi-point inspection video. And so I think that it'll make that process simpler for the technicians, and I'm just really excited to see how that kind of takes over the industry.
Absolutely.
Sean, I see Sarah Van Tyne's in the chat tonight. I think you mentioned the company AMSI, very well-known group, and I believe Sarah's had some connection to that group in the not too distant past as well.
I would be a bad person if I didn't tell Sarah thank you, because the connection that I made through AMSI, through the corporate connection, was through Sarah. Sarah's husband knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, who ironically, Sarah put me in contact with a gentleman. I'm standing in a grocery store in Janesville, Wisconsin, and next thing I know, 2 hours later, I'm still standing in the same aisle having one conversation with the same gentleman. And that's how this all got put together, to be very candid. So yeah, so I got to say 2 shout-outs. First of all, to Sarah for putting the connection together, and then to this woman, by the way, because if it wasn't for her, she set all the house thing up. She did everything. She stayed behind, got the house ready for sale. By the way, we have an accepted offer on the house. It'll close in the Madison area, May 22nd. Looking forward to that. So kudos to Sarah and kudos to Kathy, because again, for the record, we have a house obviously in Murfreesboro, 5 bedrooms. She's done all the work. I haven't done a single thing. Kathy's done everything. So, and the house is set up.
But in the same thing, you have to understand he works like 10, 12 hours a day. So I can do my business and also fix the house at the same time. So
yeah, that's so exciting. Kathy, can you share more about your business and everything that's going on with you as of late?
Yeah, so mostly everyone knows I have my own clothing business, and to pack a full clothing lineup and move it 10 hours away from Wisconsin is stressful. So when it came here in the trailer and all packed up in totes and that kind of thing, and it's all out, hung back up, and I will start back doing my lives this week as well, and get my business started back up. I never stopped it, but no matter what you do, it does put it on hold and it slows it down, especially when you're moving. And my customers have been astronomically very understanding in the process. And Sean's been right there supporting me the entire way, but I'm ready to go again. So I'm excited about it. There is a lot of things that go on here in Murfreesboro to be part of the community. And I've already started signing up for those. So I'll be at a lot of pop-ups here. So I'm excited.
Yay.
Okay.
That's so exciting.
I find it inspirational that you guys are able to just embrace such a big change in your lives and like really just hit the ground running. And, we talked a lot about technology today too. And Ted mentioned all of the exciting things happening in fixed ops right now. How do you as a leader embrace that big change? Like, what is it, and what advice could you give to us about embracing change and making the most out of it?
You know, for me, it's probably a different answer than it is for her. When I moved Kathy to Wisconsin after I had a hiccup, we'll call it hiccup. After I had my hiccup, I moved Kathy to Wisconsin. Kathy had only lived in one place her entire life, Southern Alabama. So I pick her up. She moves to Wisconsin to put me back on the mend. And for her, that was something different, guys. I was in the military. I moved. I'm in the car business. I moved. I don't think twice about it. I mean, so when we flew down here over a weekend, I remember getting in the car. By the way, when we flew down to Murfreesboro, they had the big ice storm. It was, you don't want to know. But here we have all this ice. And we got in the car and I said, is this home? I mean, and you like to think yes, but I want to be clear. When I moved to Wisconsin, I thought that was the place. Because again, everybody knows I'm a huge Packer fan. I made her a Packer fan. We have kids that live close to that. Our grandkids live close to that. And obviously Kathy has a grandson that lives a few more closer hours now south. It was a tough move, but to answer your question, you just got to do what's right, Stephen. If it's a fit, it's a fit. If it's not, it's not. And again, I didn't burn any bridge. I have nothing negative to say about anybody back in Wisconsin. Not a single thing. We have a lot of good friends, as Kathy said, down up there. But this was it, and we knew this was it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the weather's a little bit nicer. We're enjoying it more.
Yeah.
I see Paul Elliott in the chat, by the way. Paul's from Southern Alabama as well. So,
I'm
Paul,
sorry.
we got your email tonight, so thank you. We'll get back to you probably in the morning. But yeah,
a move,
so there you go.
a move affects everybody. If you're married, you have a family, it affects everybody. So, and just like when Shon is interviewing a tech or whatever, and they bring their wife to town and we both go and meet them, everybody's, well, why would you go and meet them? Because if you're bringing somebody here that has a wife and they have a family, you want them to be just as comfortable as a tech. It's not just about the tech. It's about the whole entire family. Right. So I enjoy going to meet them. And I also think it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. Yes, they are, moving is not something small, especially when you have an entire family that's involved. So we want them to feel comfortable and know if they're making the right decision or not.
Kathy and Shon, you brought out some great people in the chat tonight. Stephen Apicella is here from Strategic DX. Jim Sabino, Paul Elliott is here, among many others. Joe Clementi is here with Traver Connect, John Traver and family, great friends of the Roundtable. Stephen, you had a chance to meet up with John Traver at the last event and spend
it was
a little
incredible.
time getting some of his observations, which are, like you said, incredible. Yeah, so some great stuff. And then look at this, Nick Janaki Tully as well. Shon, a lot of love for you. A lot of outpouring people that are interested in Kathy and Shon and what you got going on, and rooting you on, by the way.
Well, thank you. And I think that was part of, I guess, maybe that helped the move go sooner is, we touched base with everybody very quickly before we left, because it happened so quickly, though. It kind of made it a little bit easier. It didn't drag it on. Because, let's be honest, I suck. We all know that. And again, Kathy and I, we're a little different, where I know a lot of people, well, I don't hang out with people that listen, I go to work at 6 in the morning. I don't come home till 6 every night. That's my life. So other than Kathy, where else do you have relationships at? And again, as I said, I moved Kathy from Alabama all the way up to Madison. Guess what she meets? She meets the wives of people that I work with, or the women that work with me. So those are our friends. That's all we know. Everybody here, we're friends with everybody that's on the panel. That's who you know. I know Katrina and Vanessa like me best, and that's okay. I understand that. I do too. Ted can have Kathy, and anyway, moving on. But guys, this is where you make friends. This is it. Everybody that's in here, we either met him through work, you meet him through the Roundtable, Sarah, everybody. Jim and Tully and everybody. Where else do you meet them? When you work the hours you work, why do people in the car business get along? Because we all think alike. We're all alike. We're all A-type personalities. Yeah. It is what it is, and we get along.
Shon and Kathy, do you remember when we started and we first hired Katrina and Vanessa when can you believe it's been 2.5 years since they came aboard from that first Northwood pop-up?
But wait a minute, I got to explain that, because we happen to be we share the office. This becomes Kathy's office now, and there's monster monitors on the opposite side of the computer screen here that Kathy runs her business from. And as it comes up here, our pictures, by the way, most of them, 98% of them, our roundtable pictures, by the way.
Well,
And Katrina and Vanessa, there's a picture of us. We had dinner with Owen Moon in Las Vegas. Do you remember the dinner?
Yes, at NADA.
Yeah, Mr. Traver was there, whatever. Anyway,
Well, they had to leave early.
you guys had to leave early, so we walked out and snapped a picture with Tully. Remember that?
I remember
I
it.
can send it to you, Ted, or Miss Kathy can send it to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys have changed a little bit, by the way. It's you guys. I'm just looking at because I keep coming up. I'm going, oh wow, that's changed. That's changed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
I do
We looked like babies in it, and that was definitely when we were newer to it.
babies.
Yeah,
We were
that's
babies.
we had met you, by the way. Was at the dinner.
I think Ron
Overs. Yeah,
Ron Overs was
yeah.
there with
Obviously,
us as
Ron
well,
Overs
yeah.
was there. That's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
It was so great. I remember it was our first time meeting the people within the Fixed Ops Roundtable community in person, and Katrina and I were nervous. We were like, okay,
Oh, we remember.
study, put their faces to their names, because it's different when you're just seeing somebody over a screen versus seeing them in person. And so I will always remember that moment that we all met in person for the first time. Yeah.
And again, I want to set the scenario real quick. We're sitting at this big long table. There's 25 people there, and one side has a booth, and the other side has the chairs. We're sitting on the chair sides. We put the two new girls in the middle of the booth on the other side so they can't escape. And then, two girls that had to leave early, by the way, to catch a red eye to go home. I remember that, by the way.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, we pinched in the middle. Said, "Oh, sit there, be uncomfortable. It's okay." Yep. Yeah, they did get out in time. Yep, they did.
It was awesome. We had to make the dinner. I remember Owen booked it for like the Saturday night, and Vanessa and I had a flight that evening, but we were like, we're gonna go to this dinner. We're gonna catch our flight and we'll get out of there. But we really wanted to meet you guys in person because that was the first time.
yeah, you can't miss that.
Elsie was there
Yeah.
too.
We
Shon
had
and Kathy, do you remember last year? It was a year ago this month in Sacramento when these two flew from spring break to be at the Nilo pop-up event. I don't know if you were. I know you remember how they fought to get
She
to
knows it. She
Atlanta
knows it's
Airport
coming.
to make that flight.
Look,
Shon and Kathy, what you did
look
to
at her
help
look down. She won't even look now. The girl that
get
sent us
that
on
luggage
a suitcase
at 1 a.m.
in the middle of an airport. Hey, what's your suitcase look like?
I learned my lesson, Sean. I have
It's black. Oh, really? Is there a name tag on it? No.
In her defense, she thought, when they print out the tag, she thought it put her name on it. She had never flown before. She didn't know. She was like, don't it? No, but we found it. That's all that matters. She got her.
did find it. You guys were my saviors that night.
Hey, we've all been there. I mean, we all had our first flight,
As we go, that was the next.
It was a huge deal because you guys made a special trip all the way to that airport, pick up this luggage for this young girl, for Vanessa, okay, to make sure that the next morning she and Katrina would be in wardrobe, right, for that pop-up that Tully put on that great show. Remember that?
Yeah, it was a great show. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Listen, that was probably one of our best. I'm going to be honest. That's probably one of our best pop-ups we went to. So
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I got to see Tully.
And there it is. And Tully says we're gonna top that this year on June 10th. Look at that.
Good luck
Look at
with
the
that.
LED wall behind us.
Yes.
Wow.
It was
That's beautiful.
dealership, Porsche Sacramento. We had a lot of people attend, dealer partners, vendors. I see Kim Saylor right there with CDK. So many incredible people joined and watched that event live, and it was amazing. That was definitely one of my fondest memories for a pop-up
It's one of my
event.
fondest memories of having a night with no sleep, thanks to you, by the way.
One of my fondest memories, thanks to you. I got my beauty sleep.
Yeah.
And Sean, people are asking us now. They see these pictures. We just met with Brian Benstock the other day.
Yeah.
Should we have chairs at our pop-up? Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's happening in Chicago. That's happening all around the country. Tully, you started all that with the chairs. So
Yes, agreed. No, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the Brian Vince, I think. But it's funny when I got down here, a lot of people talk about, we saw you at the World Trade Center. You forget those events too and how big they were. But people, those are memorable. People saw that.
Yeah.
that was quite a day at the World Trade Center. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. And Jim Sabino was there with us.
great.
Miggs was there with us.
Yep.
Marco was there as well.
Marco was there, yeah.
And Katrina, Vanessa, now you brought along your friends. Okay. So now we get to have Emma and Stephen and Marissa and Isabella and Lainey experience all the stuff that you've been seeing.
It's so exciting to get to meet everyone in person throughout these pop-up events and learn so much from Katrina and Vanessa. And of course all of you guys. So it's been, and I know Emma, I'm sure you feel the same way. It's just been such a surreal experience and incredible.
It has. I definitely agree. I think my favorite part about all of this is just meeting everybody, putting faces to names, and actually being able to create a relationship with them. It's just been the best opportunity ever. So it's been so nice to meet everybody.
Reminds you how small the business really is, too.
Yes, it does. It's a very small world.
Bella is on vacation with her family right now down in Florida, and she went and met up with Marco and Brenda.
Oh, that's awesome. Good.
That is just
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Like, if
Here
that
she
doesn't
is.
show the roundtable relationship that we've built and cultivated,
There she is.
I don't know what does. There she is.
I love it.
Well, Kathy and I would say the same thing. For those that visit Nashville, you got to tell us you're here. I mean, we love, guys, we're 25 minutes, literally less than that, from downtown Nashville. So, I mean,
Wow.
yeah. And we become tour guides once we figure it out ourselves.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
This is so great. Okay. So, Kathy, give us the website again for the Jelks.
Jelks.com, JELCKS.com. It's
Okay.
after our
All right.
after our 9 grandbabies.
Yep.
Yes, each initial means something. I love the name that you came up with. So clever and so meaningful too. So
I came up with that. I'm just kidding.
You got to follow them on Facebook. Kathy is out there, and she is really pouring a lot of love, into the fashions and the wardrobe. So, Kathy, congratulations, much success, and you're really just getting started. So it's a great thing.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And
You are
Paul, I
all
agree. We're also lucky, right?
knowledgeable
So-
leaders. I agree, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Very
By the
lucky.
way, a quick story about Paul Elliott. He says, Ted, this is maybe the end of January, early February. He says, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to New Orleans. Okay. I'll be down there for, I believe it's Mardi Gras, right? That time of year. So I went to NADA with the rest of you. Okay. And then I came back, and then we went down to Beaux-Arts for the pop-up. So we had a big snow and ice storm here as well in New Jersey. And a package arrived. And my daughter came to the house because she wasn't with me. And she says, Dad, there's a big brown box from UPS from Paul Elliott. And I said, well, bring it in the house and just leave it inside the foyer. And it was like February 26th or something like that. I said, I'll be back on March 10th and I'll open it up and see what it is. So come like March 8th or 9th, I call Paul. I said, hey, by the way, what'd you send me in that box from New Orleans? And he's quiet. He goes, you didn't open it yet? I go, no. He goes, I sent you a piece of cake, a Mardi Gras cake.
Oh, no.
Did you eat it? I'm just trying to-
It probably
age-
would have been
age-
better left out in the snowstorm.
I was going to say, yeah. But
And
it was a
Abigail-
public account. So thank you, Paul
Abigail Brown
Elliott.
that's in the comments is our daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law, yes.
She's
Sweet,
in Alabama. She's
Oh,
the mom of one of our grandbabies and
Yep.
excellent mother at that. So
I love.
shout out to her in Alabama.
Hey, Ted, I just thought about something. Now we got to go. Am I not mistaken that there's a 5-day event? I'm just saying a 5-day event. I can say that now. It's a 5-day event. For the record, Mr. Ings.
All right. That's
No.
timing.
No.
That's the
You're not
best
gonna
time
interrupt me.
we've had
No.
in a long while. So I see that you're back. We
Yes.
have a 5-day event courtesy
Thank
of Shon Kingrey, who's been asking for this for about how long, Vanessa, right?
Years.
Years. So we're going to actually name this after Shon Kingrey. He's going to be the keynote speaker on the first day and the last day, both days at Fixed Ops Week, May 11th through the 15th. So you're going to get a lot of Shon, everybody, a lot of love for Shon at this event. And
Let's
look
go.
at that, Shon. We got all the Northwood students, Kathy. How about that? Here we are.
Love
That's
that.
awesome.
Love
Look at
that.
that.
It's
All
great.
right.
Oh my gosh. it's amazing.
FixedOpsRoundtable.com. That's where you get the complimentary. We just say free now, the free seat, and huge event. If you have an organization, Shon, that you want to sign up, you can get enterprise sign up, and we'll help your team sign up for the event and make it nice and easy and frictionless, as they say. And then we'll get to see Shon. And okay, here's Tully in the chat. 5 days.
By the way,
Five
Ted didn't
days.
ask to do that shout out, by the way. I've been waiting to do that shout out for a long time.
I love it.
It's been pent up for a long time.
Oh, I know.
Always
I know.
breaking records. Now we got a 5-day event. We got Every record's getting smashed. I love
That's
it.
it.
There you go.
That's it.
The theme is going to be Shon Kingrey. Dress as Shon Kingrey. You're about Star Wars.
Yes.
Your Packers
I know what
outfit.
I'm wearing.
Everything.
Yeah.
Big
Shon
Packers.
Everything packed. Even
I
Larry's
like what
shirt.
she's saying. She's onto something there,
She's
Sean. I
on
like
the-
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's right. That's right. Because there's no more Diet Coke. Diet Coke's officially gone. It's out of my life. So no Diet Coke. Yep.
I love
Packers
it.
is it.
That's awesome. Well, tonight's episode was so amazing. Thank you, Shon and Kathy, so much for joining us. It's always so lovely to have you on. You guys are just such great friends of the Roundtable. So thank you for all you do for all of us.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Totally says
Sean and
sign
Kathy,
up.
thanks
Sign
for
us
being here.
up.
And then we have another show on Wednesday night, right, Katrina? Who's coming Wednesday, Katrina?
We have Linda Hansen joining us on Wednesday. We're super
Let's
excited
go.
for her. She hasn't been on the After Dark show in a minute, although we did get to reconnect with her down at Beaux-Arts last month. So we're excited to have her on and pick her brain about what's going on in her life recently. So I'm excited.
All right.
So exciting.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. And we'll see you Wednesday night. Sean and Kathy, we love you. So.
Thank you. Love you guys too very much.
Thank you.
Thank
5
you.
days.